Africa is rising up because of this man. His name is Ibrahim Traoré, and according to the website Statista, he is the youngest president in the world. Just let that sink in for a minute. At just 37 years old, this young man is revealing the corruption that has been deep-seated in Africa for a long time. He's going against the elite power, and he's putting his life on the line for his country and apparently for Africa. Because what's happening is he's empowering more leaders to stand up for what is right, and he's empowering the continent of Africa to claim what is truly theirs. It's something that we've all known, but for some reason Western civilization has been able to colonize Africa for centuries, and now it's time for Africa to claim back what is truly theirs. This is amazing. Africa will never be the same again. I say that because we are in the age now of social media where truth is being taken into the hands of the public. We no longer have to rely on outside media sources to tell us what's happening across the world. We can see it in real time, and now those who have been oppressed for so long have a voice to be able to share their experiences and to be able to expose those who have been taking them captive financially for such a long time. This is a breakthrough that we've all wanted for Africa. What inspires me about Traoré is that he's just one man who had the ambition to help his people. He saw the struggle, and I'm not saying there's not been other leaders who have tried this before, but he's come at a time now where people are no longer tolerating the nonsense that they've had to endure because of the level of exposure that has been happening slowly over the years. Ibrahim reminds me of David in the Bible. You know, David who defeated Goliath. Just one young person who said, I'm going to defeat the giant. He's taken on the giant of corruption, and we're seeing its effects, and I just hope that we see it through to the point where Africa can rise up and take its rightful place given its resources, population and size. Ibrahim is just one person, and it just goes to show if just one person does what's right, a lot can be achieved. You never know what's going to follow, just the decision of someone deciding to do what is right. He's showing what can happen when we as a people stand together. And I'm not just talking about black people or African people, I'm talking about people in general, humanity. When we decide to stand up and do what's right, knowing the corruption and the problems in the world, and knowing where the sources lie of some of these problems, then what seems impossible today can be possible tomorrow. And that is inspiring. Ibrahim is showing to me a level of deep love for people. John 15:13 in the Bible says, "Greater love has no man than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends." And I believe Ibrahim embodies this type of love because so far there's been reports of over 18 attempts of assassination on his life, and he's still going forward. He's still got the desire to make his nation great and to make Africa great, and there's no signs of him slowing down. This whole situation, it reminds me of that cartoon A Bug's Life, where one ant, Flick, saw what the grasshoppers were doing, and he came against the grasshoppers, realizing that when the ants can work together, they can achieve great things because they outnumbered the grasshoppers. And I believe that's what's happening now in Africa. Africa as a nation outnumbers the West and all the countries that have tried to colonize them. And now we're seeing what can happen when just one ant stands up in the face of corruption and evil and does what's right. I'm not putting my trust in any man, but what I'm doing is I'm showing you that as a principle, when one person does what's right, there's no telling what can follow. So that's my take on the situation with Ibrahim Traoré. I'm sure there'll be a lot more to talk about when it comes to him and what's happening in Africa. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like, please subscribe. Please like the video. please comment and share the video. I'm a brand new channel and I want to get the word out about Traoré and about just wholesome living. This channel is called Healed and Whole, and the aim of this channel is to help people to think in a more wholesome way, because life is too short to be focused on the negative. Take care.